What's up, everybody? It is your two favorite Team Hold hosts. I'm gdun. We have ActuallyJebBush over there.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Let's see who we got. We got 14 people watching. That's honestly probably a record for the two of us. It's the Chunksta in the house. Shout out to Yams. Aubrey's actually making bread, not yams. So we might see an Aubrey sighting later. She said she will be making yams. Party on. We got Nick. We got Ryan. We got Aaron Borland. We got Mike watching from the other side. B. Murr, what's up? Ricardo, Colin, Top Shot Streams.
Oh, the gang is all here.
T. Montoya.
Oh, my boy Colin. What's up, Colin?
In the house.
Good to see
Colin
you.
Box. Does Colin do like pack rips?
I don't know.
Does he break sports cards?
I see him. That would be a good question. I have to see him on. I see him on Twitter every now and then. I'm always like, oh hell yeah, Colin. So
I got into into that industry right at the beginning of the pandemic when sports cards started taking off. Like I just had never heard of like a box break, and then I bought into a bunch of them. And you just sit there and watch the stream, and they pull the cards for you in real time. And this is pre my exposure to NFTs, but I was like so into it, and it's a total gamble, but it's fun as hell.
That's crazy. Yeah, I saw. It's funny you mentioned that because I saw that cards were going to explode, and I was like, oh gosh. And so I went and scooped up like the Kobe rookie cards I needed, and then I was just like part of me really wanted to get back into it, and then I was like, you know what, I have like sneakers and stuff, and I'm just going to stick to that. I'm glad I didn't do that because the last thing I needed was something else taking up space. But that's why this NFT thing is perfect.
I know. I was pumping money into it before NFTs came along. Ryan B says box breaks are like opening S3 contracts. It's a good assessment. Shout out to Mike G. Mike G in the place to be. Alex Disney 2012.
Well, I think it's now Mike OG because he officially turned 30 not that long ago. So happy birthday to Mike G.
Happy birthday.
I see Brooks. What's up, Brooks?
Brenton. Look at that. All right, we're pulling 27. We're pulling numbers.
Yeah, I mean it'll keep going. It'll keep going down as we talk more and more. So, I'm excited.
As we're used to. What? Aubrey says, "Why don't people want to watch us?" We actually
because Aubrey's not on stream.
Yeah, A, because you're not on stream. B, we have quite a few people. We announced this 90 minutes ago on the night before Thanksgiving. Everyone is at the bars with their high school friends, getting hammered. At 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. That's where I would be if I was back in Massachusetts, but
damn.
Instead, I'm making bread with you.
But yeah, what's up, Aubrey?
He says hi.
The legend graces screen.
So anyway, and before we jump into the real meat of the show, we do have to shout out our mustaches. I'm slowly trimming away the beard to reveal the mustache. Jebs has a phenomenal stash already. We're doing it.
I'm just kind of letting it all go, and then we'll just kind of see where things end up at the end of the month.
I dig it. Movember, and we'll pull up the Movember link by the end of the show. But please continue to donate. We have a Team Hold initiative on that site, so we'll dump it in the show notes too. But that's why we have the mustaches. Although Aubrey wants me to keep it.
I fucking love a mustache.
She loves a mustache.
My girlfriend loves it too. She was so excited that I was doing this. This is the most I've ever grown out my entire life. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, we'll see what happens in the end of the month. This might evolve into the new look. I don't think so, but we'll see.
At least till like mid-December, and then we're like, all right, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we didn't have a show. Normally we go live on Wednesdays. We were not going to do a show tonight, but there was too much going on in the world of Dapper overall, so we had to come on and talk about it. First and foremost, the big announcement of the day was the name for the NFL, what used to be called NFL Top Shot by us, is officially NFL All Day. First impression of the name, what do you think?
Not my first choice, I'll be honest, but I like it. Like I really like it. I don't know. I liked NFL play action. Like I don't know, that kind of really rang true to me.
Oh, I never heard that.
Really?
I like that too.
Yeah, I'm not the one who came up with it, but I heard that one. I was like, really like that one. I want to say I heard one or two others where I was like, ooh, that's like a really good one. All Day wouldn't be it would be like in that second tier, I feel like. But
Yeah.
I think it's good, and I'm assuming that they went with it. I mean, who knows what ideas they had, but I'm assuming they went with it because they're like, we want to make the NFL more of an like 24/7, 365 type of product where like because the NFL unlike the NBA where it's like every day like there's NBA news, like people care about the NBA even though it may not have as big as a fan base as the NFL. The NFL really does have like a true off season where no one cares about it. No one really talks about it. A free agent signed and people are like, oh, that's cool. But no one really even talks about it till like spring training starts and Hard Knocks comes out and stuff like that. So I do think maybe they're like, hey, like we want to expand your product so it's not just so you guys have a presence in the off season, which only generates like interest and leads to more dollars for them.
Totally. And honestly, that what you're tapping into might be their strategy for the rollout too. Like we still don't know the date it's coming out. We don't know what the content's going to be, except for what they announced today. So could this run in the off season? Could they do like a weekly drop over the course of the entire off season just to keep that in the conversation?
Yeah.
It's possible. I mean, you'd think they'd want to kick it off before
they just kick it off the day one of the off season. They're like, all right, guys, backdrop.
Pro Bowl. It's like the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna be like, oh, all right, no, we're good.
Yeah.
No, that's interesting. I mean, baseball, as a baseball fan, it's the same way. It's like World Series ended and it's like they're giving out all these awards and I'm like, oh yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah. Even I mean, I saw some people talking about Ohtani winning MVP, which was like such a huge accomplishment. It makes sense that it kind of transcended the Major League Baseball offseason. But yeah, otherwise, like you don't hear who like won I don't know who won the Cy Young Awards or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, it was
my brother
Robbie Ray and Corbin Burns, I think. But that's just because I follow 900 MLB Instagram accounts. And
yeah,
so
exactly.
Otherwise, I would have no idea. Anyway, yeah. So back to NFL. Aaron says NFL Jeb shot wasn't cleared for legal reasons. So you blocked
we were pushing that. Jeb Corp was pushing that in the Dapper NFL Discord, but it seems it didn't stay.
It's amazing. Smokey says, "Yeah, I like Gridiron too. I mean, that's solid." Matthew Loftus said they stole AP's nickname. Is his nickname all day?
Yeah, I even saw one or two people complaining that they named it after Adrian Peterson. I was like, guys, I don't think that was their move. I think like they didn't pick his nickname and like, all right, this is a Adrian Peterson centered product. But
it'd be amazing. So one thing that they did reveal today, so basically the big announcement was the name, but one thing that they did reveal in a Twitter video, it's kind of like a hype video, is that they showed us kind of a glimpse of what the packs will look like. And I have that right here. So
these look interesting.
Yeah. Well, just a little bit of a different shape from an NBA Top Shot pack, but we'll take it.
Yeah. It looks like it's like air sealed. Like they sucked out all the air out of it, which is interesting.
Maybe they heard the condom feedback about NBA Top Shot.
They're like, oh, we'll show you condom.
Yeah. Went a new direction. And so in addition to the pack, well, actually, let's look at this thing. Let's see what it says. So obviously all day logo, and I'm guessing that says Series 1.
Yeah, Series 1. It's a pretty bare bones pack, but I assume this is just a prototype. I mean, Top Shot, the artwork is incredible. Like, and I think I don't know how they wouldn't continue that with NFL All Day.
No, totally. And this may not even be a pack. I mean, I guess the only comp would be the first ever NBA Top Shot pack, which I don't think I've seen or know if that was just called NBA Top Shot or if this is kind of just a signifier of the look and feel versus the art.
Yeah. But looks sick though.
Yeah. And in the same video, they also gave us like a little bit of a tease as to not only what the moments would look like, but I'm guessing who the initial moments will feature, because I don't know why they'd put this in the video if it wasn't them. So these are just screenshots, but Jalen Ramsey, obviously. Nice. We got Diggs.
Stephon Diggs.
Is that Stephon Diggs?
Oh wait,
because is that the defender Diggs?
Oh, maybe it is. I don't know.
It must be.
Yeah, because Diggs is on the Bills, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. My bad.
Which is odd. Yeah. No. I thought the same thing because I just looked at the Cowboys.
When I see that name, that's just the trigger that sends off.
What if NFL All Day was just all defensemen?
Dude,
Just
that's okay. That's one thing that's gonna be so interesting. So I know in the email they kind of address like, hey, there's gonna be like team plays, there's gonna be compilations, stuff like that, which is really, really cool to hear. But it's like in an NBA Top Shot, it sounds like part of their deal with them was like, hey, every player needs a moment. Like you have to include everyone. And because they made that deal with the players union, it makes sense because the cut that's going to the players union gets evenly divided among players. So therefore every player like needs a moment. But unlike the NBA where every player is very recognizable, they're not wearing a mask and a helmet that's covering their face. Like if you're a fan of your team, you know every single person, and it's 12 guys that you need to know, not like 50. So it's like, are they going to have a moment for every single person, or is there going to be specifically, I know they mentioned a team moment, but is there going to be like just kind of like in fantasy, how like you play a defense? Is there just going to be a defense moment? I'm sure there's going to be some like defensive stars that'll have moments, but is there going to be like for the O line, they're never going to have a moment for the center specifically. So they're just going to have an offensive line moment. And if they do, like, who necessarily is really going to want that, you know?
But imagine if they did. You just get like a nice 6-second shot of him pushing back.
You get one of those blocks where they push him into the ground and you're just like,
yes. No, those are the nuances that like obviously must be a reason why we didn't get this, you know, on day one when it was announced, like figuring out all those nuances for
KK blocks. Exactly.
Because interceptions will be dope, sacks will be dope, like all that will be perfect. Yeah. But you're right, because how are they going in the way that NBA Top Shot's taking on series 3, how are they going to do that for the NFL?
Great comment.
Listen, we don't know yet. Don't give up hope. I mean, look, the pack looks like a D. Maybe it's literally all just defensive people. Anyway, speeding through these. Also, the shape of the moment, very much like a badge or a crest, I guess, as opposed to the cube design.
I mean, it looks like the NFL logo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I guess the NFL logo is like a little more like pointy. It's not so like flat across the top. Yeah. It is interesting because with the cube like looks, and I'm sure it'll look way better as we like when we see the final product, but this is like such an interesting like just screenshot.
Yeah
Mike
says I bet they do full O-line moments instead of individuals.
And that's kind of what I was saying too, but it's like even then, like who would want that?
Well, what if I mean they could get represented in touchdown celebrations, right? Like when the whole offensive line runs up and does like the canoe or
that's a good point.
Bowling pins, right? Like
so maybe like on you get like an Ezekiel Elliott like touchdown, but it was like the offensive line that made that hole for him, and maybe it's even a combination where it's Elliott and the O-line or something like that.
Yeah, and you see in one of those 3 or 4 different angles, you see an actual shot of the O-line and their performance. I don't know.
It'll be very interesting because I do think there's like so much potential to really explore like what defines a moment. And they can be a lot more creative with it. And I think that'll trickle back into Top Shot as well, which makes it like really exciting. Like how they already said like, hey, there's going to be like a compilation moment. So if someone gets like 4 sacks in a game, you're going to get the moment with all 4 sacks, not just one of them. Well, obviously that's going to trickle back to Top Shot, where if Steph Curry like puts up 50 points, or maybe he like breaks the all-time 3 record in a game or something like that, you get all the 3s or something like that would be really, really cool.
Yeah, I think that's it. DC1 saying the same thing. Multiple plays, like they mentioned, yet like a highly edited hype video of the offensive line over the course of the entire season or multiple games. I mean, that makes way more sense than like, 3rd and 4 and they stop the downs.
I am excited about including the celebrations, because unlike the NBA where like if you score, like you can do like a quick like 3 to the head or something like that, like things stop after every play, and the NFL celebrations are like no other, and including all of those will be so great. So great.
And they still like have taunting flags, right, for some excessive celebrations. Could this like push that a little bit farther in the direction that the fans want, where, you know, if celebration, I mean, of course the NFL has an input on these, so probably not, but
it increases the demand where the NFL is like, oh, look, people really are drawn to this. Maybe we have to like loosen those rules even more.
yeah, I mean, you'd think they'd know that by now, but this at least puts like a monetary figure
Incentive
behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and you would think they would know it, but clearly they don't, because for the longest time they had so many rules against like celebrations and like all these different rules. And then they finally loosened up because they realized like, oh, we're kind of hurting our product.
Mhm.
Like people want to see the celebrations and all that stuff. Like that's fun. And yeah, like it shows you the personality of the players. It allows you to connect to them more and root for them harder. And maybe seeing that celebration is what makes you buy that jersey, because you're like, oh wow, like if he just scores a touchdown, drops the ball, like it's hard to root for that, like specific player.
Yeah,
you know?
Totally. I want to pull up Brooks's comment too. He says, I bet they'll have different colored borders for different rarities. And well, they will, it looks like.
Oh.
DK Metcalf, this is in the video.
Brooks, do you work for Dapper? Just let us know.
Brooks is my plant. Brooks is my plant for the transitions. No, but sick. This is the only one in the video. Yeah, it looks pretty dope. I'm assuming this is a rare or legendary or whatever it's going to be, but hell yeah.
Yeah. And it's got the, like, kind of like how Top Shot has like the highlights around it. It's got those 3 that we kind of recognize from Top Shot. So once again, kind of cool there. I'm sure those will be like very dynamic and like move in some cool way when you like get the moment, like how we see the cube kind of open up and play the moment.
Totally. Yeah. And so just in the video itself, what they showed, obviously Ramsey, Diggs, Chase, and Metcalf. In an article, Katie Tedman, she mentioned other players. Let's see. So they got Trayvon Diggs, Marquise Brown, Nick Chubb, Devontae Adams, and Josh Allen. And then shout out to, oh man, the comment's too far back. Here we go. Smokey said, is there going to be a Josh Allen melt with the sack and the interception and the fumble against Josh Allen? When Josh Allen, the defender, intercepted Josh Allen, the quarterback, sign me up. Sign me up too, baby. I need that moment.
There's really a lot of potential. And it sounds like like I said, from the email, it sounds like they're getting creative with it and not being so strict. And that really excites me, both for NFL All Day as well as the future of Top Shot. I think it's only going to make Top Shot a better product. What
do you think the hashtag is? It's not going to be NFL All Day this.
Yeah, it won't. That's a good point. NFL. Yeah. Then why do they choose All Day? Like, yeah, because if they use a different hashtag, then that brand recognition. I'm butchering this word.
Brand affinity, brand deposit.
Yeah, like the ability to like see the brand name over and over again like gets lost.
Maybe it's just going to be NFL All Day.
NFL
some extra L's. All day, baby.
Yeah, NFL All Day I think works. I guess you don't have to put a this at the end.
Look at tea time.
There we go.
Tea time. Another Dapper plant. NFL All Day play.
Yeah, I think that's it. We're clearly just idiots. So this is why I'm not in marketing and I just work behind the screen.
Love it. I think another thing that like Top Shot and Moment Ranks and now Top Shot obviously is tapping into is the fantasy element, right? The daily fantasy. But I think this, based on just the fantasy industry of the NFL, like it is a huge miss if they don't have some fantasy component pretty early on. Obviously you need the full breadth of the rosters, so it probably won't happen this season, but the amount of things they can do with fantasy with these moments is astronomical and is going to be like a whole separate industry on its own.
Yeah. Well, and like, you know how like funny Ryan mentions it. This is exactly what I was going to talk about. So TOC, the Owners Club, it's a different, unique way of playing fantasy. And I'm a huge fan of it. Well, you would think that NFL All Day has the same opportunity, because if they do have like an offensive line moment, you like, why not use that in fantasy and figure out some way to add like score because of it? And that could create this really new and exciting way of playing fantasy too. Because I mean, I'm a fantasy lightweight in the sense where like I'm in 3 leagues right now and I'm miserable. Like I can do 1 league a year and every now and then I try 2 or 3 and every time I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is too much work. Like I can't do it. But I've loved the Owners Club because it's such a breath of fresh air. It's so different. It's like it allows me to think differently with my like with how I like plan like different cards I play and stuff like that. And not every like card is available. Like every combination is available for everyone. It's much more dynamic. And I think and with moment ranks, there's something similar about it where it is like you're playing a bunch of players that if you're playing fantasy basketball, you couldn't play those. Like no one in fantasy basketball has a team that has Giannis, Paul George, Russell West. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's way too stacked, but you get to do that in, moment ranks play. So I really, really hope that all NFL all day, like recognizes that and creates this new dynamic brand, because think how much more popular moment ranks would be if it was on the actual Top Shot website instead of having to go to somewhere separate, connect your Top Shot account, and then figure out how the rules work and all that stuff. If it was all in house, there would be so many more people participating for sure.
Totally. And I do think they can coexist. And also shout out to TOC, our sponsors on the moment. Check them out. Parent of TOC and just all around forward-thinking dudes, a forward-thinking company.
Great website for Top Shot, and I would imagine they'll have a great website for NFL all day.
Yeah, but I think they can coexist too. Like I think something like TOC can continue on, and they have their own prize pool, and just in the same way that some people play DraftKings, some people play FanDuel, some people play both in the same week, and I think what NFL All Day has the opportunity to do is have a short-term fantasy play and a long-term fantasy play. The short term being mimicking what Moment Ranks and TOC do, and have those prizes, whether it's cash or additional packs or, very specific custom moments. Like you won the week 15 fantasy NFL All Day fantasy league or whatever, or came in first, and you get that as an NFT and you get that as a badge for your profile. That's all short term. And then long term, I feel like they can go full season leagues, right, with that NFT reward system. So not only can you like play amongst your friends and have your side pot or whatever, but actually reap the benefits of what the site will provide. And on top of all that, imagine them integrating with other leagues or with a FanDuel or with a DraftKings, and like picking plays from the week that were so significant and allowing, embedding that some way into your fantasy league. I don't know how that would look, but there's so much potential with fantasy. It's like, just the industry.
It's legitimately the people that are making this product. Like it's their like limit. Like the sky's the limit. They can really do whatever they want, whether they want to follow a more traditional way or really get funky with it.
Yeah. We have some breaking news from our producer, Mike, who's behind the scenes. He's not on with us today. He's just producing. Thank you, Mike, for producing behind the scenes here. We are breaking news. We are going, and our numbers are driving up to accommodate. We're going to give away 25 NBA Top Shot packs on this stream. That's 25. That is more than we've ever given out before. This is what happens when it's me and Jeb on the stream. We're going to do it, and we're going to do it soon, because we're only going to be live for another about 20 minutes. So tell your friends. You got about over 50% chance of winning right now. So get some more people in here. That's pretty exciting.
So your percentage goes down, because who wants to win, right?
Yeah. We want more people on the platform. Tell your friends. And also shout out to El Dumbo, the GOAT, the legend, hooking us up. There's been some chatter on Twitter. People on Twitter have been super nice and shouting out Team Hold in general. Not so much you and I yet. It's been more.
I mean, I actually got transitioning from NFL All Day to Top Shot. I actually have been getting a lot of love today on a thread I made, and I saw our producer Mike talk about my thread. So I'll jump in super quick. I tweeted out. I've seen so many people, and it got brought up so much today because they announced NFL All Day, and people are like, Dapper shouldn't have multiple products in beta. There's like you should finish Top Shot, and that should be a polished product before you make before you make the NFL one, because that's taking away resources from Top Shot when Top Shot's still broken, blah, 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 blah. And so, I mean, I'm assuming all the people who are saying this are not software developers. So as I finally, I saw someone reply to one of Packrip's tweets about All Day coming out, and it just put me over the edge. And I wrote a 17-part thread that could have been way, 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 way longer. I cut myself off after 17. But it was just talking about like why it's a good thing that they're doing multiple products at once. And just to kind of summarize it, I gave 3 points, but the general idea is that as a software developer, when I'm building a product or a project, if I'm adding a piece of code to something, or if I'm starting from scratch with a project or whatever it is, like being familiar with the code I'm working with is a huge deal. So like if I develop something, this happens all the time. I write some code, we test it, gets pushed into production, forget all about it. 6 months later, we need to make an enhancement or an update to that code. Well, it's been 6 months. I wrote this and tested it, and I have to go over the code and remember what it does. And that causes, obviously there's nothing we can do because we didn't know this update was needed in the future. But that causes this natural overhead because I have to spend time reminding myself what my code does and trying to figure out how I'm going to plug in this new piece. So by developing 2 projects at once that are very much in parallel, it allows Dapper to say, hey, we experienced this problem over here with Top Shot. We weren't thinking, we didn't think this would come up. We didn't think this was an issue. Let's, while we're still, it's fresh in our minds, let's deal with it on NFL All Day, day one with the source code. So we don't have to go back, figure it out and all that stuff. Two, another thing it does is they're onboarding so many developers right now. And one of the biggest problems in coding, especially when you work for like a much bigger company, is having too many cooks in the kitchen. If you have because when you're working on bigger projects, you're usually using like a GitHub repository or a Bitbucket or something like that. And all that means is there's this big piece of code and a bunch of different developers are working on different pieces, and they're taking the piece of code, adding their piece, and then pushing it back. And it's just happening all over the place. So this big project is getting populated by like 6, 7 different people. And so there's just a lot of code that you're not aware of naturally. And as a result, like it can very easily cause massive problems when there's too many people on a team and they're pushing code and they don't realize that their change affects 6 people, like the code of 6 other people. But by having 2 different products, you can stick the newer developers working on NFL All Day, and it allows them to familiarize themselves with this source code without messing up anything new. When we onboard someone to our company, we don't say, hey, can you jump in on this project I'm already doing? We give them something new and then help them through it and be like, oh, like, let's try to change this. Let's try to change that. And it gives them familiarity with the format and like the logic flow that we're going to have. So yeah, it just, there's a lot of reasons, and I could go on for 20 minutes about it. But it basically the bottom line is like, I personally, as someone who's a software developer and has helped build a software tech company from the ground up. At first it was just me and my boss in his house. Now we have an office and employees and all this stuff. Like having multiple projects that are working in parallel is the ideal situation for onboarding new developers, as well as being the most efficient and productive, which we all want Top Shot to get out of beta. And I would assume we're all of us who are going over to NFL All Day, we don't want it to be in beta for 3 years. Well, the way that this happens is if they're working on both products at once, because then you only have to problem solve once. I fixed this problem here. You know what? I can take that fix and I can plug it right into NFL All Day. I don't have to come back to it 6 months and refigure it out from scratch. So it's basically it's just a little, yeah, sorry.
First of all, please link that thread. We'll put that in the show notes, but everyone should see that thread. The insight that you have with the code and everything is like, that's next level. Like, I mean, it makes sense that one would help the other. And I just wonder if the people who are complaining about not wanting NFL All Day until NBA Top Shot is up and running, I wonder if they have one kid every 18 years.
Yeah, that's that's a perfect way of looking at it.
You got to wait till that one's all set, out of the house, living on his own, and then we can have another kid.
Yeah. No, that's such a great, I might have to add that to the thread. That's such a good analogy. That's such a good analogy. Yeah.
It looks like we got, so yeah, please link that thread. It looks like we got some new people that joined. I don't know how the word got out that we got packs to give away.
I tweeted it.
So. Look at this. Look at your poll. We went from like 31 to 66.
I also shout out Rock and a Roll for pulling a 154 Iverson.
Let's give a little Rock and a Roll love real quick.
Shout out.
I juked that button a little bit because I wanted to come back and say, everyone turn down the volume with your headphones, but then I was like, nah, we're going for it.
Going all the way.
Yeah, we're giving away packs. So if you're new here, welcome. We are Team Hold. We are 2 of 4 people that you usually see on camera, sometimes 5, sometimes more. We are the 2 most knowledgeable, most liked, and just the best overall. Our producer Mike is behind the scenes today. He's DJing this pack situation, which we're really excited about. So pretty soon we'll be dropping a form once I have a chance to build it, dropping a form in the chat and giving away 25 NBA Top Shot packs today. But before we do that, should we talk about some of the news that they dropped today?
Yeah, there's so much that's been going on lately. It's like truly, truly crazy. It's really, really cool, actually. Like, I feel like Top Shot, the mistakes that they made, like things getting a little sloppy, they really were like, okay, we need to buckle down and like take things to the next level here. And just kind of like what's the word? Reevaluate. That's it. Reevaluate like where we are and how we want to continue to improve our communication with users. And I know one thing that you said, Greg, I think Mike said it, I think other people have said it too, is like, hey, Top Shot, and I know Steve in particular, Steve Baller's Blockchain, shout out to my guy. He said it too, where Top Shot needs to like communicate when things are happening. Like, hey, we're dropping news every Friday at this time. We're dropping and they've mentioned that they're gonna like be putting out a calendar or something like that soon as well, which I think will help. But from our perspective, it's like, well, I have a job, I have a girlfriend, I have things I want to do outside of Top Shot. But, as soon as I go and do something, a new challenge drops, and now I have to drop like $80 on a Juan Toscano because I wasn't there to go buy it at 10 immediately. Stuff like that. And for Steve, not only, he says, shout out Steve again, he says consistency creates habits, which is true. But also for someone like him, and Macabeard, who I see in the chat as well, they live in Australia, and Top Shot is like a US-based company, like in terms of time. So for someone like Steve, he has to wake up and catch up on all this stuff that's happened sometimes. And so for him, who's trying to make like content and just stay on top of everything, like the fact that things just drop out of nowhere and he has no idea when he has to wake up at 3 a.m. and when he doesn't, like that's got to be extremely frustrating as someone who wants to provide the most informed opinions and like explanation of things as possible with his content. So especially for international users, I think it's extremely, extremely important. For someone like me, it's more of just an inconvenience because I'm already on Top Shot so much, but that's what allow people who are more casual Top Shot users to come on every day. They're like, hey, news is dropping at 10 a.m. I'm going to check the news. If there's anything in it that piques my interest, well, then I think I'm going to go ahead and stay or go and check it out at this time. So they dropped their today on Top Shot. They've done it 2 days in a row now where they've shown the whole schedule. And today, early on, we knew that there were 2 showcases coming out. They were doing a Twitter Spaces. There was a new drop announcement, which was the fresh threads, and that they're doing the burn. So, and they gave times about when this would happen. So I could look at this and be like, oh, you know what? I need to be on Top Shot at 10 a.m. for these showcases. But after that, I don't have to worry about it because I know that it's coming out now. So
the international component, and sorry I'm muted, but my wife is just blabbing on a work call. My wife, who's also making delicious bread and it smells amazing. The international point is a really good one. Like, and Ryan B brings this up too, that a Top Shot app with push notifications is going to be a huge deal. And that's something obviously that Roham talked about a little bit, didn't give any specific dates, but said that after for a long time saying they'd never make an app, are now.
I think that Apple lawsuit massively changed their entire plans, because now because before, if they built an app, they'd have to give 30% to Apple, which is like a joke. But now they don't have to pay Apple at all, because they can circumvent and say, hey, go here, click on this button. It'll take you to a browser. You can pay for Dapper, and then you can come back to the app and use that Dapper to buy moments. So I think that changed things, which will be huge. And I mean, I think it single-handedly might like speed up like how fast Top Shot blows up, because I mean, an app will be everything.
And just I mean, I think obviously push notifications are important. Buying on an app is important, but the simple fact that like, how can I properly show my friends my collection? Like right now in the Discord, I've been buying the Series 3 packs. I have a ton of duplicates. I'm like, let me trade some of these to get moments that I don't already have, just so that it's fewer, $2 or $3 buys I have to make on the marketplace if I want to finish the set. And like, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to, I'm like, okay, here are the ones that I have dupes of. Which ones do you have duplicates of? And they're like, I have these. And I'm like, okay, wait, let me look back. Like, it's just so, I have to go to their username. I have to sort by either the search, or I have to sort alphabetically. It's just like a mess. So imagine an app that properly shows off a collection, literally a checklist for every player, maybe an in-app trading function that's like, here's what you need. Here's what you have on
Seussible already.
Oh, they do? Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, you can trade on Seussible.
Oh, that's perfect. I mean, and it's so easy to implement because, and I know this because all of the Topps trading card apps, which are just like digital trading cards and not NFTs, they do it beautifully. I mean, it took them a long time to get to this place, but they're not without their.
They're not a tech company though either. So
right, and they're not without their baggage and their errors and their slow servers. But the way that they present collecting in a way that makes you want to complete every set that you own and show you the progress of what you have and what you need, and the easiness to trade and to swap is unmatched, I think, right now.
Yeah.
So if that's the direction,
revolutionize. And then really quick, so FB Music says, why an app when the site isn't robust enough, or when the site is robust enough just makes it mobile friendly? So I think actually a couple things. One, I mean, more people are on their phones than and more people use apps than they use like their web browser. That's just the facts. And when you look at Top Shot on a web browser, it's more built for desktop than it is for like a web browser. It's not. Yep. It's like the screen, like when you open a pack, you could do one moment at a time as opposed to seeing the 3 moments at once, which is something that they could fix with an app because they could customize it. I think another thing that, and I might be wrong with this, but I'm almost positive that that if they put it on an app, we would see the website speed up a bit because they could put the 2 on 2 different servers. And so suddenly you could cut the traffic between the web traffic down massively. And I'm not 100% sure about this. I'm not really a networks guy. I'm more of a full stack developer, but
don't know what that means.
I'm pretty sure that would actually like make Top Shot as a whole a better experience, both on your phone and even on desktop, which could be really cool.
I had no idea about the server situation, but yeah, that's the speed at which the site moves now certainly has room for improvement. So that's like,
Yeah.
it's a no brainer.
Yeah.
All right. I am going to drop a form. You have a hard out, right? Hard out at 5.
Nope.
Oh, all right. All right. Well, maybe we'll keep this going, but I am going to drop the form in the chat. And then we'll have a wheel because we're going to be spinning it 25 times. It's going to take a little bit. So I've jumped the form in the chat. Fill it out once and we'll spin the wheel in a little bit. But let's talk about what got announced today. 2 challenges, right?
Yeah.
First was that the kind of flash challenge of, it was what, all stat leaders from last night?
Yeah, that was that got announced yesterday. That's over now. There's going to be another flash challenge today, right? Yes, no. Can someone in the chat confirm? I thought there was supposed to be. Oh, it sounds like the permission form needs permission.
Oh, wrong form. Disregard.
But we got the WNBA Showcase Challenge, which is a more robust challenge. You had to have some legendary moments. You had to have some. Oh, interesting.
I'm making a new form.
Yeah, it's an all legendary challenge. My bad. I'm this is the first time I looked at it. And then we also we got the Steve Nash Vintage Vibes Showcase Challenge, which you need 2 archive point guards, I think, 2 archive assists, 2 archive former NBA MVPs. 2 of the moments must be playoff Suns moments, and 2 of the moments must be playoff Nets moments, which I thought was a really cool challenge. Happened to align very well with the moments that I had, actually, which is always a plus. So, but I'm really excited. I'm excited to get a Steve Nash. I'm a big Steve Nash fan for sure.
And shout out to you in our Discord for offering up some love to other people. I saw some rentals and some loans going out with some of these. I ended up being 7 for 10 in what I needed. And the ones that I do need are the MVP archive moments, which are obviously the most expensive of the bunch.
Yeah.
And I've been wanting to complete the archive set. So part of me is like, instead of loaning them or renting them, I might just splurge and buy them. Like, now's the time.
You don't want to buy them at the inflated price, you know?
I know, but
I have one.
I also
if you want to borrow one, I got one.
Maybe. Yeah. I'm going back and forth about if I should pull the trigger now because I want to keep them eventually anyway, or, you know, and obviously wait until maybe it dips down closer to the end of the challenge. Or
shout out to my guy Scully. He's one of the people I got to meet in person. Apparently there's no flash today, which is kind of a disappointment, honestly, because I thought they had said it'd be Wednesdays and Fridays, and then they went, and then just a weekend they're like, psych, Tuesday. I know Rocket Silas was pretty bummed because he was like, dude, I put so much work in on this Monday. I mean, on this Wednesday strategy, and now they're rugging me. So shout out to, I guess that makes sense. Because they didn't want it. Well, Thanksgiving's tomorrow, Steve. I think it's Thanksgiving in Australia right now. Oh, yeah, maybe that's why. Because yeah, they do have to think about international people. So, but yeah, hopefully we get one Friday then, because they have been a lot of fun. I mean, it was a bummer that Covington ended up being the bottleneck there because I didn't have one, so obviously I didn't complete it. But it's been a lot of fun. It just adds another dynamic to watching the NBA, you know.
Hell yeah. And a new form is now in the chat. I'm sorry, it was locked before. This one should work. Let me know if it does not, but it should be good to go. Oops.
Yeah, it looks like Steve, the one, once again, the person who knows the most. He's confirming that it's because they didn't want anyone to have to risk their Thanksgiving, whether they celebrated it or not. in order to complete a flash challenge. So that's great. I'm really glad. I'm really glad that they did that. DC one. Yeah, Thanksgiving's not a international holiday, but I do know that there are people like, for example, Tandy lives in, I think, Portugal. And he's an American originally. And if he wanted to celebrate Thanksgiving with his family, it would be kind of a bummer for to have to choose between the two or to miss out on being a part of the community with everyone else. So I think that's really cool, honestly, that they did that. Kind of is, like I said, it kind of is funny that like a weekend they're like, yep, we're sorry, we're not doing it. We're not doing it on Wednesday like usual. But if that's the reasoning, obviously I'm a huge fan of that. So
it is wild that they dropped so much news today, because we should also talk about the fresh threads, the new set they announced. And this was like hours ago, right?
Yeah.
So
and the airdrops.
Yeah. So that's the interesting part about it. And here at Team Hold, if you're new, we really don't do any research. We kind of come on and let the chat tell us what goes down.
But speak for yourself. At Jeb Corp, we have a whole research team. So
that is true. We do have we have Jeb Corp here to help us go from the 15th mint to the 12th mint today. So if I saw correctly, fresh threads means players that switch teams in the off season, right?
Correct. Yeah. So it's their first moment in their new fresh threads, which I think is cool. I really like that idea. Like as someone who's a big Westbrook fan and a big Laker fan, like getting a Westbrook like kind of insert moment as his first moment as a Laker, that's kind of cool. And I mean, same thing if you're a fan of another team and you got someone new and they're just tearing it up or turning the ball over a lot. Like it's a cool idea, and I think it's really just some of the creativity that someone like Austin brings to the table when they picked him up, because this is the first one thing that I'm so excited about Series 3 is this is the first NBA season where Austin is going to be working at Top Shot as the content lead from beginning to end, which I think is really, really cool.
I didn't realize that. So he started like midst of Series 2,
like February, March. So I mean, he got hired because of that massive influx. They're like, oh, suddenly we have a lot more budget to work with now. And he was working part-time writing the moment descriptions. But now he got hired on full-time as content lead. But
that's awesome.
Now instead of kind of playing it, so I mean, when they hired him, he was just kind of flying by the seat of his pants. And so he was like, in between drops, they were just trying to pick moments. They're trying to pick moments like as time went on. So I think that's why, and this is something I talked about to him in my interview. So feel free to check that out on my channel at ActuallyJebBush if you haven't seen it already.
Dustin and Chef Prez in the chat. It is one form. I'll drop it in again. It's all the same form. And fill it out once. We will be deleting the duplicate names.
Nice. But he was saying that, hey, like with, I think a good example was the throwdowns. There were so many lackluster dunks from so many forgettable players. And part of the reason why is because they had this window of time that they pulled most of the throwdowns from. So it was like between their last pack drop and then when they were going to drop throwdowns. And so they're like, oh, we have a couple dunks maybe we saved or didn't use, but we kind of just got to pick whatever we got. But now, between having the roadmap and getting to be the content lead from the very beginning of the season, he can say, hey, that Ja Morant dunk, we're saving that till much later. Like, I'm not using that. And that's what makes me extremely, extremely excited.
Yeah, he can craft a story with the moments, right? And be more selective and have the curated playlist for the entire season, which is awesome. And speaking of which, Dustin pulled Ja out of his S3 packs today.
Nice. I pulled a Ja. Oh no, did I pull a Ja? No, I don't remember. I think I pulled a Ja. I want to say I pulled a Ja. I didn't save my packs for content because I was just like, you know what, these packs are probably gonna suck. Probably gonna need nothing that good in them, and I was right. So
yeah. I got 5. I completely blanked on the drop, and I joined at like 11:40 Pacific, and still I still squeaked out 5 packs. I didn't get to go back in line, but same thing. Nice. Lots of $2 and $3 snatches right there, but
lots of tickets.
Lots of tickets. And I'm actually not doing the ticket thing this time around. I mean, unless I keep getting a ton of packs, but I don't know. That's why I'm starting to get big on just like swapping with friends. And, instead of having 5 Keldon Johnsons, I have now 3, and I have 2 moments that I didn't have before, even though they were like $2-3 in the marketplace.
Yeah, and I think that's something that's really cool. So I think I said before I was like for sure going to do the ticket thing. I think I've backed off of that because I did the math wrong, and I was just like, I don't know if I have time to do this right now.
Yeah.
But one thing that's really cool about all the base sets, I mean, so many people are complaining like, oh, this is garbage, like it's worth $2-3, blah blah blah. But the cool thing is a couple of things. One, like it gives you incredible coverage for like the flash challenges. Because you can have 80 different players for $2 a piece or $3 a piece. And so if one of them pop up in a flash challenge, you can use it instead of having to go and buy their $8 30K moment, which I think is really, really cool. Like it allows everyone to participate in these flash challenges, which is super, super cool. But then also like and another thing is like if one of those players ends up in a flash challenge and you don't want to do it, it's going to double in price and you get to sell it for double what you paid. So like if you're someone who wants to try and predict things, you can go and scoop up a bunch of $2 Jordan Noirs because you're like, you know what? I think he's going to have the most steals and we're doing steals this flash challenge. And you can profit off that and then turn that into a moment or two that you actually want. But yeah, I don't know. I know, and I see him in the chat. Alex Disney is very anti Series 3, or not, maybe not anti Series 3, but he definitely thinks it's all trash. And he's been shouted to him because he's been giving away a bunch of packs to people. And I mean, he always does such great giveaways, and he's one of the few people, I've got to give him a big shout out, who doesn't require you to do 4 or 5 different steps. Like he's actually just trying to give back to people. And I always have a lot of respect for that. So shout out to Alex.
Totally. And speaking of 4 or 5 different steps, I do want to shout out, if for some reason you don't win one of our 25 packs tonight, you have another chance on Twitter. We just tweeted that producer Mike, I think, shot this out while we were talking. So just 4 steps on this one, guys. Just 4 steps. But jump on Twitter.
One of the steps is tell us something you're thankful for.
That's
true.
true.
I think that takes away a step. So it's actually 2 steps.
You're right. You're right.
We all need to be grateful.
Great math.
Too much complaining in this space.
Let's see what some people are thankful for.
Yeah, let's check it out.
This is going to make me cry reading these.
A
lot of thankful for NBA Top Shot and its community, entire community. Thankful for Live Token for providing it's sponsored. I'm thankful for Live Token for providing insanely useful and free tools to the community. It is true.
I've never heard of Live Token.
Because we're sponsored by On the Moment.
I don't know if that's a legitimate site. I wouldn't go to it. I personally would use Own the Moment. I know their site is 100% legitimate. It has the best information that you'll ever find. So just a heads up, guys. Like I want to make sure we no one gets scammed. I really want people thankful, not 5 steps.
And it wouldn't be a team hold stream if we didn't call out our mistakes. Looks like there was a typo in the tweet and a follow-up for a win. I didn't even catch it. Do the following for a chance to
want some packs.
That's the fine print, baby. All you are doing this for nothing. Anyway, all right. So 30-second warning on the form. I will pop it in one last time. Then I got to go in and delete all of you duplicators. And then we'll pop them in the wheel and we'll get this party started. Anything else you want to talk about before we...
Yeah, see, Alex, I'm not the only one. Apparently, they asked for a seed phrase, which you should know, never give your seed phrase away. So once again, Own the Moment, the best and possibly only product out there. Not confirmed, but I think it might be the only one. So I would just use that.
Yeah. We're up to quite a few entries here.
Hell yeah. We got a decent amount of people.
We're breaking records on the stream. gdun and Jeb.
It seems like it's a new hourly segment. We'll have to start rolling out. I saw Steve mention it earlier, and I mean, Steve is the content king. So if Steve says it's gold, then it's really gold.
I did actually, I always like to throw a little fun question in the form. And today's was, should the Jeb Gdun Hour get greenlit for more episodes? We have a resounding 41% say yes. 45.9% say yes, but more bear suit. So I think that's going to be the winner.
That's fair. It hasn't been busted out in a bit.
A measly 9 votes to promote producer Mike back to on camera. And then 5 people want a little bit more THT. I will give those 5 people what they want, although I feel like this is not the right thing to do without Dustin, but we're going to do it. Shout out Rock and Roll.
Respect. This is so good.
John hopes he won't attack. Celtics won't tonight. What's a mic? Oh man. All right. Should we get some wheels spun? It's got to be a catchier way to say that. Let's see. I got to just do one last look to make sure that there are no double entries here. We got a very honest group. I like it. I've only had to delete 2.
Shout out to the chat. With Team Hole is such a good group of people, top to bottom. Big fan.
Okay, form is closed, and we have.
Let's do this.
We have an hour of backdrops to get through. Here we go. Guys, if you're new here, before we get started, subscribe to us. We keep saying producer Mike, and while he is better behind the camera, he does go on camera almost every day and streams for an hour plus, just talking about the marketplace. Most specifically, he does morning marketplace. Sometimes it's in the afternoon, but he talks about how the games the night before are affecting the NBA Top Shot marketplace the next day. So nowhere else do you find this kind of real-time info. He's super knowledgeable. He's a DFS wizard. So hit that subscribe button. You'll get way too many notifications that we're live pretty much every day. So come join us.
Yeah, I mean, there's no one that knows NBA basketball as well as Mike and understands Top Shot as well. I think it's easily the best, and like 100%. Like I think I've seen so many people in Top Shot complain that like, oh, the market doesn't reflect like the real NBA, but it 100% does. And the place where you're going to learn about that is the morning marketplace, without a doubt. So definitely hit that subscribe button, smash that like. Yeah.
Also, join our Discord. We'll pop that in the show notes, but we have such an amazing community on Discord who are, even today, just helping each other out with the challenge. No questions asked. I learned
speculating on future challenges,
Yep. And even if it's outside of Top Shot and it's just NFTs in general, there's a really, really strong group of smart people that are on top of the NFT game. So hop on in.
Shout out to my boy Raptor News.
Although
News. he did think the Top Shot Taco Bell collaboration was real, which I will never get over. I will laugh every time.
Shout out to Top Shot Tesla for reading the fine details.
Attaboy.
Daniel D. Shout out to Daniel D. Daniel D's regular on the show.
OG.
Incredible luck. I will be shocked if Daniel D doesn't come home with a pack today. So I'm sorry. I got to figure out. Before I spin, I just got to make sure I can write down the winners. So here's the deal with the packs. These are coming from El Dumbo, from NBA Top Shot. So we don't have them in our possession, but what we're going to do is take your usernames. And the reason that we asked for the Twitter username in the form as well was just in case for some reason there's a typo or you don't exist on Top Shot. We'll get in touch with you that way. But I don't know when these packs are coming, and I don't know what they are, if they're series 3 or otherwise. I'm assuming series 3, but just be patient and know that they will come. Hit us up on Discord with questions, and we'll get it going.
Yeah, and the last time we did something like this was for the birthday packs, and they took about a week. So I would imagine it at least takes that. And of course, Steve with the knowledge. Apparently they're S3 packs. So
thank you, Steve.
And
we should also shout out Steve. Follow Steve. We are, obviously everyone loves the first mint. paving the way. We are most definitely about the 15th mint, but Steve, I would put up either his second or third mint. So follow Steve, Ballers Blockchain. We
Great guy too.
Great guy. He's been on the show
for an Aussie, you know.
For an Aussie, yeah. But we often just play his streams on our stream just to elevate our status. Okay.
And since we're plugging, make sure to go check out ActuallyJebBush. I post a lot of interviews. I just did one with Austin Kent that's like over an hour and a half long. We talk a lot about the future of Top Shot and how things are changing and kind of the behind the scenes. And it's I feel like I've learned a lot doing these interviews, and I feel like there's a lot that you could take away that might make you think a little more about Top Shot long term instead of short term, considering how reactionary we all tend to be with Top Shot.
Yeah. And Jeb will drop his thread in the show notes too, and even in the chat if you want right now.
Okay.
So go follow him on Twitter. He's we joke, but he actually is incredibly knowledgeable in the Top Shot space.
Oh, thanks, Greg.
All
Also,
right.
I will say my memes are unparalleled in the Top Shot space.
Okay, let's do this thing. So I am going to spin. If you win a pack, you'll be removed from the wheel, and which increases everyone else's odds along the way. And we'll go from there. So should we hit it?
Yeah, let's go.
All
also, if Top Shot Tesla wins, he doesn't win because he said go ahead and remove his name from the wheel. So just shout out to Top Shot Tesla for wanting to have everyone else win. Respect.
Not sure if that was serious or not. I see.
No, it is.
It is.
Yeah. He said, can you remove my name from the wheel?
Well, we'll see what happens if you win. All right.
Okay.
Here we go. Letting it fly. Can you hear that? You can hear the sound, or is it?
I cannot. It's just silent spin.
Oh my God. Daniel D almost for. Oh no.
Oh, that would have been absolutely incredible. Doc 79.
79. Welcome to the show. I don't recognize your name, Doc 79, but if you're new here, welcome. All right. 24 more. You got this? You got it in you?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Also, I see Steve is saying he's got a spare archive MVP if you need. So,
no way.
How's this, Steve? Steve is just what a great guy.
Envious
one. Let's go. Another pack. Top Shot Tesla. Apparently, it was him being funny. So he's back on the wheel. We're back on the wheel.
That would have been an excellent troll though if you just played it straight and we're like, okay, and I did it live.
Yeah, just immediately take him off.
And he also said he's going to donate a legendary season 1 moment. He doesn't own it yet, but he's going to buy it for you. All right. Number three.
Oh, a little. Oh no, there we go.
Ooh. Maya Velaj. Another new name. Welcome.
Yeah.
Hope you subscribe.
Thanks for joining. Also, Greg, can you add Collins BK? Said he messed up on the form.
Yeah, 1 second.
He's
typically no, but we saw him in here earlier. Obviously, he may also already be on the form. Actually, I know he's not. Yeah, he was that physical therapy.
No, shout out Collins BK, great guy.
Shout out physical therapy.
Very important.
Okay. All right. 3 down. Here we go.
Let's go. Oh?
LJKAS Pog.
I like how you read that.
I gave up at the end. I gave up going letter by letter.
Hell yeah. Another name I haven't seen before. So welcome. Feel free to subscribe and check out the Discord and get into Top Shot more. Thanks for joining.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Are we getting homie Spumoni?
Oh my
no! Oh, sorry.
It's the font.
Oh, the steal.
Damn, homie.
Hornet Savant.
Shout out to Hornet Savant. I mean, if I have new name, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. And if you're a Hornet Savant, we could definitely use you in the Discord. I know we have Ryan in there, who's a big Hornets fan, but there's not a bunch of you guys. So I'm sure he would appreciate all the support he can get.
I feel like Hornet Savant comes from the Top Shot username school of Raptor News.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Doc79.
Awesome. Oh, there's Doc79. Listen, all good. We appreciate you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for watching, buddy.
Meow. We getting a Meow sighting?
Shout out to Meow.
OG.
My God.
And another super big brain fella in our NFT Discord. So,
and just super great guy in the Discord as well. Yeah. Fellow programmer, which I always love.
All right, here we go. Only 18 more packs left. Oh wait, no, I did that math wrong. 19?
This is true. Meow never loses. Somehow always wins.
Him and Daniel
D. Beamer.
Another OG. I like this. So far, it's a good mix of OGs and names we don't necessarily see in the chat that often.
Yeah, I love it. Little bit of everything. Shout out Beamer. Oh, Beamer in the chat. My guy. Congratulations. Oh.
SS Jeffy.
Hefe.
Hefe?
I think it's Hefe.
Hefe? I like it. Are you a shortstop?
Let's go. Shortstop Hefe. Congratulations.
All right. This is number 9, so we have 16 to go. M. Finley?
M. Finley. Let's go.
Nice.
Another big W.
We're ripping now. We're ripping through.
We've hit our groove.
Oh, is this
Losada Gabriel?
Never heard that name before.
My last, not to dox myself, but my last name is Lazada. It's spelled the same way except with a Z. So I'm curious.
I was just joking. I thought it was a relative of yours.
Oh,
I forgot the spelling.
Yeah. Nice. Congratulations. Possible relative of me. Us Filipinos, we have a lot of relatives, so it wouldn't surprise me if it was a cousin of mine.
we getting Ricardo?
Ricardo Ruiz.
Ricardo, there you go.
Congratulations.
Ricardo and I were DMing about trading some tickets back and forth, some $2 and $3 moments. So
respect.
There you go. You got 3 more.
I think I want to say, or maybe I didn't. I was going to say, I think I loaned him a moment, but maybe I didn't. Actually, Jeb Lozada.
Oh,
yes.
Shout out to M. Finley, if you're a friend of Rock and a Roll, you're a friend of ours.
That's true.
That is true. Sure.
My life goal is to go to a Rock and a Roll concert. So
wouldn't that be amazing? I mean, listen, I've said this before and I'll say it again. My dream next year, NBA Summer League, live show, team hold live show, whether it's at a bar or at a venue, probably a bar, with an intro performed live by Rock and Roll. Just put it out in the world.
That would be fire.
Put it out in the world. We got like 9 months, 10 months. Make it happen.
Dude, yeah, I would really love to go to a Rock and Roll concert. Like hear his real music too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. 2 weeks away.
Wow.
What is 2 weeks away? This is also true.
That's NFL all day, perpetually. 2 weeks away.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Rock and Roll needs to be a Spotify channel. Get on that Spotify. What are you doing?
Rock and Roll. It will be I will go to my grave trying to get Rock and Roll to put all of his music on Spotify. We will make it happen.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. I need to put this up so it's recorded. He said he will bust out a live THT rendition for y'all. Rock and Roll. First of all, Rock and Roll. Just make sure Dustin pays you before you do that for free.
and Dustin pulled like 5 THTs out of his 10
I saw
like truly I saw it happen in real time.
Man was living his dream.
All THT, like the Top Shot is rigged. 100% rigged. because Dustin just gets THDs.
Influencer packs, man.
Mike G says, Dort report lot. Yeah, we're gonna get if we're doing this live, we're gonna get the whole arsenal. And rock and roll, we'll get you everyone you need. If you need a full orchestra, we will make it happen. We will make it happen. All right.
A 20-string quartet and rock and roll.
2 weeks away. Shout out.
Oh, hell yeah. Shout out to 2 weeks away.
And send me a gift. You got it, my friend.
Shout out to, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Or Dumbo will.
Yeah. When do we get the Unplugged album? When do we get the
rock and roll stripped?
Yeah.
Right. Just
like
all acoustic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When do we get the Wonderwall version of rock and roll songs? That's the real question.
Oh man. I do want to shout out for those that are joining us now and don't see themselves on the wheel. If you go to our Twitter account, which is Team Hold NFT, there's another way to enter for even more packs. So we're giving away these 25 on stream. This is for the people that entered the form on time, but on Twitter, you have more of a chance in our latest tweet with a typo. So ignore the typo and enter that way.
Yeah. You'll win them. You won't want them. Don't worry.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Oh, my guy. Oh, almost went to my guy Tron. Patrick J. Coin.
J. Coin 83. You know what would be amazing is if after all of this, after promising so far 14 people packs, if Mike Zakarian was just trolling us in the comments.
That would be brutal. My heart would break for these 25 winners. But no, I think Dumbo tweeted out this morning that Team Hold was going to give away packs. So I was like, oh, okay. Cool.
We're covered.
Yeah, we're covered.
If not, we'll make Mike buy his next 25 packs to be given away.
Exactly. Yeah. It's on Mike 100%.
Yeah. All right. Who do we got? We getting a JX Burn? Boom.
JX Burn!
I like it. I gotta reshare this with sound because there's applause every time the wheel lands on someone, and I feel like I'm hearing it, but the energy's probably lacking.
Yeah, we need that.
So give me 1 sec.
Once again, being the 15th mint instead of the first mint, where they have a bunch of their own fans clapping all the time.
Yeah, we're gonna get there though. We're gonna get there.
Shout out to Jay Burn in the chat. Congratulations, buddy.
Okay, disregard. We have to be in Chrome for me to share sound, I think, and I don't want to transition it over.
Sounds like work.
Yeah. All right. Who we feeling? I feel like who's due? I feel like Aaron Borland is due.
I mean, if we're talking about who's due, I feel like it'd be me. Never won a Team Home giveaway and never will.
Never?
But, no, never.
Wow.
But that's how the wheel goes. It gives and it taketh. And it just taketh from me. So
you know what else I should also say too, for those that don't see themselves on the wheel or don't win today, is we are going to give more packs away in our Discord, in our VIPJ. And that is a joke that if you're new will make no sense, but VIPJ, it's like our VIP Discord channel, and it's gated, and we're going to give packs away in there. And to join that, you just have to become a VIP member on YouTube, which unlocks a ton of emojis of our faces that no one ever uses. And just you get to be in this Discord where we give things away, and also we kind of poll you guys, and we'll poll you guys on some of the content we have coming out. So yeah, another way to win packs. And I think someone named Max joined today, which I forgot to share because we were in the midst of chatting.
Shout out to Max. And yeah, exactly, DC1. Thank you. Someone feels my pain here. Just send me to Milwaukee, no free packs. Like, come on.
Yeah, fair. Okay, I gotta leave this one up here for a bit.
Great.
What do you mean
coming? What do you mean coming, Tea Time? He been on top.
The problem is when you ask me a question about the NBA. Oh, give it to us. Give it to us.
Riomi Kwa. It's interesting play on Rich Homie Quan, I'm assuming. Shout out to Rich Homie Quan. Miss that guy.
I love it. That was 16. We have 9 more. Wait, One,
Wow.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 9 more. Basic math is not happening right now. Here we go. If it lands on rock and roll, we're playing a video immediately.
Oh yeah. We're playing all the videos in a row.
Fenton's
Forever. Shout out to Fenton's Forever. Haven't seen that name, so big shout out if this is your first time. Appreciate you taking the time to watch and got rewarded. A little bit of a team hold airdrop, if you will.
There we go. Are we getting a Wiggly Badger?
That is a great
Yes.
name. The fact that you kept your default name and are a real user, respect. That's such a great username.
I wouldn't change. If I was Wiggly Badger,
that's such a good one.
I was like Curious Chupacabra or something like that.
I don't remember what mine was, but it was a good one. And part of me wanted to keep it. But, actually ActuallyJebBush was a pretty good one too. And then real quick, the chosen one, just asking, hey, if we make the top 100 on moment ranks, how do they pay out? So based on my understanding, the chosen one, they pay out every week. So like if you win on, I don't know when the actual day is, but let's say it's on a Sunday. If you win Monday and you win Wednesday, then you'll get one payout to your Dapper account. I believe it's in non-withdrawable funds, I would assume. And that happens once a week. And so it'd be those 2 wins combined. So yeah, that's how it works. Oh,
Okay.
Sunday, Monday. Perfect.
Here we go. Who's going to follow?
Thank you, Six Souls.
Wiggly Badger. Oh. Double D. It's actually doubly D.
Oh, there we go.
I will have to confirm this one if there's a space or not, but we'll mark it down for now.
Okay.
Doubly D, if you're in the chat, let us know what your exact username is without the space. Also, I've never felt more in line for Mike's job than seeing this comment. Let's go.
You've ascended to a new level, Greg.
I just leveled the F up.
Mike who?
All right, here we go. Final stretch here. This is the most spins we've ever spun.
This is crazy. Weeklier Wolf.
Wow.
That's a cool name. And that is not one that Dapper defaulted, I'm assuming. So
No.
Props on the creativity, my guy.
I could see Weeklier Wolf losing in a fight to Wiggly Badger.
That's true. I can see that too. Congrats. It's once again our new name. It's cool to see new names. It's always really cool. We hope you stick around. We think we offer some fun and informative content that if you're into Top Shot, just really helps you find a community to enjoy it with. Because I mean, Top Shot's fun, but it's like way more fun getting to enjoy it with everyone else. And I mean, that's led to so many of us getting into other NFTs and like making lifelong friends. Hopefully, I mean, it's been a year, so less than a year. So we'll see what happens a couple years from now.
Feels right. Feels right.
I think so.
I mean, you bet me Mike and Dustin will be streaming when we're like 82. It'll all be VR or like headset driven. We'll be in your living room.
Hologram Greg.
We'll have 3 viewers who died and forgot to turn the live stream off. Okay.
Oh, whoa. Breaking news. Top Shot shows sets you completed as a banner on your profile now. I know Roham had mentioned this just on the office hours. I'm gonna
It happened already?
I guess so.
That's
That's
dope.
what I'm not seeing it. Let me
pull that up and see if it's possible. I've only completed 1 set, but
whoa.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Let me give it the screen share real
Also
quick.
shout out Joker Rock. OG
Look at
Joker
that.
Rock. Oh wow.
You got the Hustle and Show. You got the summer of 21 set, which I'll get
And
an
is-
airdropped fresh threads for. So that's cool. And now if I click on it, just takes me right to the set.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Can you see that on others' profiles or just you as you're logged in? Go
That's
to
a good-
mine, see, or
That's a
anyone.
good question.
I feel like that's sad when you type your
Yeah,
date.
look at
All
that.
right. Shows my 1 week set completion.
But hey, you get an airdrop for it. So
Yeah.
you're taking a W there. That is cool. I like the look. Once again, I like even like that it's a vertical slice of like the set art, very on brand.
This is a good
So
point too. Team sets should be up there.
I don't own any team sets. So let's go to Whale Zakarian.
Top 0.1% Zakarian.
Is it just Zakarian?
Yeah. He rebranded, I think.
What kind of I'm almost embarrassed that I know how to spell Zakarian without looking at it. Okay, so no team sets it looks like yet, but that could be coming. I mean, we literally just got this breaking news. So maybe it's still getting pushed. Maybe this was the first push. Maybe they're about to do a second push to production. We'll see. But and this is cool. This makes me excited. And the fact that I think once they flesh out the social aspect of Top Shot a bit more, like seeing this won't be like such like a pain. Not that like you won't have to like look someone up. Like hopefully you can have like friends, a friends list that, and like if they accept it, you can see that. Oh, let me go to their page, look at their showcases, look at what they might have for sale, look at what they have complete, stuff like that.
This is like scratching the very, very top of the surface of what you can do to flex your collection and what will drive so much more desire and urge to buy and complete sets and hold ultimately, which is the goal of Top Shot, right? This is just the beginning.
Yeah, and it's a really good step in the right direction. And the fact that Roham mentioned this, and I just assumed like this wasn't going to pop up for quite a while, just because I felt like, oh, this is not probably the highest priority on their list. That's cool. So shout out to Top Shot for delivering sooner rather than later. I mean, I think since the big mess up with the what was it? Was it the Tony Parker? Yeah, the Tony Parker mistake. I think they really took some time to reevaluate and like really get reorganized because they've taken things to another level here. Like, the today's schedule or today on Top Shot or whatever they call it, the flash challenges, like this has all been amazing. And I do think there were people that were a little bummed. I know Mike had voiced about him being like a little bummed that, like I thought there's going to be more of a bang when they started off the season. But when it comes to things like the flash challenges, I kind of think I'm really happy that they waited to do it because people have more access to these super cheap floor moments that hopefully they can use in these flash challenges.
Will you do one more thing before we go back to the wheel for the last 4 packs? Will you go to Whale Vault 1? And I want to see what theirs looks like. Or Roham or any other whale, but Whale Vault 1 I feel like is still number 1.
Yeah. That's or Alexo, shout out to him.
Patrick says they also added proudly owned in the moment stats area. Okay, well.
Oh, okay. It's got a nice little slider. It doesn't like condense too much, which I really like. That's pretty
interesting.
Cool. They also added proud in the moments stat area. What does that mean? How many people own it?
Moments stats.
Let's check it out. Wow.
In a moment?
I mean, that's what I'm assuming. Let's take a look. Here's a Jimmy Butler that I own apparently. So they just changed like the name. Yeah. Not as excited. I thought it would be like a nice little like badge or something. But I mean, that's cool. That's cool. I like that.
It's little things.
Proudly owned. Yeah. So they've broken it down to listed and proudly owned. Can they not add a proudly?
I love that little passive aggressive like word choice.
What if by Ben Simmons it says shamefully owned? Let's check because that would be appropriate. I own 2 of these. I'm not proud of this. Nope. Unfortunately, not that forward thinking.
Oh man.
But missed opportunity.
I'm bringing us back. Let's bring it home. We got 4 more to go. Shout out Joker Rock, OG. Still got quite a few names on here. 4 packs left. Let's do it. I feel bad that there's no sound because I'm getting that wheel click. Are we getting Sham God? Hey. Sham God.
Wow. Real quick, to derail this one more time. Here's Alexo. And just this looks really cool though. I'm actually when this was mentioned by Roham, I was like, oh, that's cool, I guess. And I thought, but I actually this is really, really cool. This is really cool.
That's
shout out to Top Shot. This just looks great. And just like everything they do, they roll out such a like professional, shiny looking like new feature.
Yeah, I agree. I'm calling it now though. This is the 1.0. This is V1 of what it's going to be. Friends, your friends, your closest, like most interacted with, badges for team sets.
They have to do friends. Like, what's the point of putting those badges if no one like sees them, right?
It's all
I don't need to look at it. I know what collections I have. You know what, Alex? No. No, absolutely not.
Oh man. All right, here we go. 3 more. Maybe Alex will get another pack for his collection.
This is Jeb, aka Mr. Easily Impressed. So just real quick to give a little context, Brainwash Cannabis, which hilarious that you made me say that. I'm a software developer, so when I see something like that, it just makes me think of what's behind it to make that. And so it's not just like oh wow, shiny. It's like wow, like they put like the way that they have this dynamically built, the way that the scroll bar works. Like these are things that I nerd out about. Not that I even want to, just more like that's just the way I'm programmed because of my own job.
Yeah, no, the appreciation goes kind of unnoticed. I mean, yeah, it goes back to the beta conversation.
Yeah. No, the UI is, I mean, that's one thing I've always said about Top Shot and why I almost think it hurts them is that the UI of Top Shot is so professional and good looking that you look at it and you're like, this isn't a beta product. This looks like a live like production product. This does not look like when I work on a beta project, it does not look anything like this at all. So I get maybe some of the irritation that people have because they come on and they see this and they're like, how are we still in beta when it looks this good? So
I said at the top of the show or at the top of the wheel that Aaron Borland was due. He's still due with 2 packs remaining. And then Deep Threat says, let Aaron Borland's neighbor win it. Yeah. Historically, Aaron Borland's neighbor wins every time.
Yeah.
the spot on the wheel next to him. All right. 2 more. There's still a chance.
Wow. If this is true, Maverick, big shout out to you. Appreciate you sending it our way. And I'm sure someone will really appreciate it in a giveaway.
Thank you, Maverick.
Kobina.
Or
W.
Kobe. Nah.
Please, if you're in the chat, let us know how you pronounce it. Now I'm genuinely curious.
All right, we got one more. The final pack of the day. Final pack of the stream. And again, we still have people captive. You can still win packs on our Twitter. We're giving away some on Twitter. Team Hold NFT. You can still win packs in our Discord if you join our VIPJ Washington Discord channel, which I still can't say seriously. If you're new here, subscribe to us. Hit that like button and subscribe. We have a daily show hosted by Mike, which is some of the best and most forefront thinking Top Shot information around. And follow ActuallyJebBush on Twitter. He's got his own channel. Subscribe to him. We'll put it all in the show notes. But check out his thread today. Always delivering the. And
I mean, real quick, we'll do the last spin, and then I'll talk about how Top Shot is sponsored by Taco Bell, and that you can now get a Top Shot base pack with your reward points instead of free food. So that's pretty cool.
Is that real?
What? No, wait. I just show you this thing.
I've seen it enough on Twitter and then in this chat where I was like, And the news has been coming so fast.
This was all perpetuated by me. I did a fake office hours tweet, and then I followed it up the next day with a Taco Bell Photoshop I did.
Mr. Plictramon won. Let's go. Anyway, you made all this?
Yeah. And the funny thing is, you would not believe the number of people that actually thought this was real. I thought it was so obvious that I tried to make the Photoshop look a little bad. Like you can see the overlap here, like on purpose. So that way it was like a little more obvious it was a joke. And there were like a lot of people that fell for it. Is this available in Canada? Goodbye diet. Hello Taco Bell. And in particular, shout out to Raptor News. He's like, wait, is this is real?
I mean, that's exactly what I just said. I saw it enough. I mean, that's the problem with social, I guess, right? I saw it enough and I was like, oh.
Well, that makes me happy because I'm literally the single person that perpetuated this lie.
Look at this huge compliment from Bruvy. Jeb's Twitter is not terrible.
Thank you, Bruvy. That is the best thing I've heard.
Every
moment. Yeah. You can stake your moments for a free taco or cinnamon twists, actually. So
stake for a steak taco.
Yeah. Steal a base, steal a Jeb. Exactly. Oh wow. Rocket and Roll apparently fell for this too. So shout out to Rocket and Roll.
Amazing.
It made my day. I love all you guys. Thanks for messing around with me and enjoying the memes as much as I do.
This is ridiculous.
All right. Shall we?
Rugged.
That was yeah. Oh man. Okay. All right. Last pack. 4 hours later.
Like and subscribe for more content just like this.
Yeah. Thank you to the about 60 people left on the wheel who have stuck around this whole time, and 59 of whom will be leaving empty-handed. I'm so sorry, but thank you for watching. Subscribe. We appreciate you, and follow us on Twitter and in the Discord for more chances to win. And with that, the final pack goes to
Oh, there we go.
Getting it. Oh, it's gonna be close. Oh, Verdan X. Sorry, Tyler Durden. Verdan X with the steal. Well done. Listen, I will say, guys, if you are here and you're new here, or you just haven't won in a while, we have a lot in the works to come over the next 2 months and then into the new year, where we're gonna look to reward some people who either enter a ton and don't win, or have given us gifts that we then give back to the community. So stay tuned, keep tuning in, and there'll be a lot of fun stuff to come.
Yeah, we're in beta also. Don't forget.
We're like barely out of alpha.
Yeah.
Still. But we'll get there.
We definitely will get there.
Oh man. Anything else? What do we think?
I think that was pretty good. I feel like we covered a lot. Big shout out to Top Shot. I think too often it's easy to FUD Top Shot. That's a popular thing to do, but I mean, they've been killing it lately, and it's cool to see everyone in the Discord so excited about things. Like, I mean, once again, huge shout out to Rocket Silas Era, who's going like Matrix mode, figuring out the strategy for these flash challenges. But that's been so much fun. Like, it brings me back to kind of the original days when I first got into Top Shot and started making content because of all this speculation surrounding challenges. It just gives us stuff to do, and I'm really excited to see what we have moving forward. So yeah,
you're so right. Yeah, it's that speculation. It's the hot takes, the Top Shot hot takes. That's why we even started streaming to begin with, was just to kind of throw shit against the wall and see if it made sense for the future of Top Shot.
Well, and to get influencer packs, obviously.
Right, which still haven't come to us. We give them to everyone else, but not to us.
Yeah,
but hey, that's all right. That's all right. I got a video to close it out for all of you. Well, first of all, thank you, Jeb, for joining us. Follow Jeb on Twitter. Subscribe to us. For all of you that just won a Series 3 pack, I'm assuming this is what you're going to do. Good night, everybody.